This podcast contains discussions of mature themes, including violence, which may not be suitable for all audiences. Please proceed with caution. Listener discretion is advised.
Living in the city ain't no big deal. You gotta have a heart made of stainless steel. If the crack don't get you, then the hookers will. Living in the city ain't no big deal.
Happy Friday the 13th, Dark Talkers. I'm Dan, and I'm here with Paul and James. How's it going, guys?
Good evening.
Very well, thank you. Very well, thank you.
Friday the 13th, the second one we've had in as many months.
Did anything bad happen to either of you?
I don't know, because Friday the 13th, it hasn't happened to us yet. We're recording this weeks in advance. So.
One of them's happened, though.
We've had the February one. We're recording this before the March one. There's also a third one in November, so Jason has a lot of birthdays this year.
He does.
It's not his birthday.
Spiritually, it's his birthday, James. I'm just trying to be a bit... Fuck's sake. Come on.
It's not his birthday. He wasn't born on Friday the 13th. He wasn't born on Friday the 13th. That's the day his mother took revenge on everyone.
Isn't it also the day that he drowned?
You should know this, Dan. We've covered all the films so far.
Yeah. But I'm just testing you, just quizzing you on your Friday the 13th.
Oh, right. Yeah. How did I do?
I don't know. You haven't answered yet.
What did you ask me?
You know what? This is the kind of deep insights that the listeners come here for. They love this.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? How's it been since... what have you been up to since we last recorded?
I have not long got back from Italy on holiday. That was nice. And so while I was there, I watched a couple of films. A couple of Wes Anderson films. So basically, I got there and I just got the telly on and I signed into my Netflix, and the first one that came on was The Grand Budapest Hotel. So I've never seen it before, never wanted to, and I put it on and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really good, that one. I think that's my favourite of his.
And then we watched the Royal Tenenbaums, which was actually really, really good. It's even better, I think, in fact. And then we watched Resident Evil 3 by Wes Anderson. So that was good as well.
Isn't that Paul Thomas Anderson?
Yeah, it's one of those Anderson brothers. Paul W.S. Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson, one of them. They're all the same. To me. Yeah. Speaking of Resident Evil, though, I started playing Res 2, the remake, recently, and I did the Leon part, like, dead quickly. So I'm on to the Claire part now. So I just need to get back into it. I've also started True Detective Season 1 again, because that 4-hour-long video that I sent to the group came up on YouTube, and I was like, I started listening to it, I was like, I've got to watch it again first. I have to watch it again first. So I'm on episode 3 of that, and that is me for all my viewings. How about you guys?
Quickly going back to Wes Anderson, I've only ever seen one of his films. Can you guess which one it is?
Bottle Rocket from 1998.
No, but that is on my list. The only film I've seen is The Fantastic Mr. Fox, starring George Clooney.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's quite good. Sunday morning.
Sorry, James, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, back to Resident Evil 2, Paul, I've also played the remake, and it was so hard. There was just no health anywhere, so I was limping everywhere in danger.
Yeah.
And I saved, the last point I saved, you've got that tyrant chasing you around. I think we spoke about this before. And I was like, I'll be safe in the hallway of the police station, because nothing can hurt you in there. Well, maybe a couple of zombies, but he just comes in. Because he doesn't chase you there in the original game, I don't think, does he?
He turns up at pre-arranged cutscenes in the original game.
Yeah. So the last time I saved, I had no health, I was on danger, and I was limping through, I just got down into the sewers bit, so I've never I never opened the game back up, because it's just so hard. But I really enjoyed it, though. It was so dark, it's well good.
Really good, yeah.
I bet there's some hardcore gamers listening to this thinking, what a bunch of pussies we are, how crap we are at this game.
Definitely.
I was at a point where I had no health, no weapons, and I was like, I am fucked. And I got to the bit where you fight the guy with the arm, and I had nothing. I had like 20 28 bullets of that shitty gun. Like nothing. Until I realised you can run around and grab like, ammo and health and stuff like that, and then I
Really?
So I only actually died about 3 times in the whole playthrough, other than that boss fight. Yeah, not too bad really.
That's really good. Have you seen the film with William Birkin in? I think it's the most recent Resident Evil film with K.S. Godelario in. You watched it?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Welcome to Raccoon City, is it?
Yeah, it's like it's like the first and the second one morphed into one film.
I've heard it's really bad, and it looks the trailer made it look really bad. But I do want to watch it.
It's not the best, but I really enjoyed watching it. Obviously, just loads of game references, so that's what made it enjoyable.
They're doing a new film with Zach Kreger directing of Weapons, and what else did he do?
Barbarian.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so he's doing the new Resident Evil film, the upcoming Resident Evil film.
Yeah.
I have heard that. Yeah, I've been saying for fucking ages they need to do Resident Evil 4 as a TV show. 10 episodes, boom, do it.
That would be insane. It would just be wall to wall action and explosions and like the Thing level transformations, which would be awesome.
Oh no, exactly. Just do it. Like it's all there for you. Like...
You just know they'd fuck it up though, because they did do a Resident Evil series on Netflix, didn't they? With Lance Reddick as Wesker, and it was so bad. It was awful.
Yeah.
Like, not because of him,
really?
because he was a legend.
It was mostly just talking and nothing happened in it. It was just like, it was shite.
Was the mansion or anything, or the police station in it?
No, it was all set on like Umbrella's lab. It was just, wasn't it like a private...
Boo!
Wasn't it like a private city? Like a private town where everyone worked for Umbrella, like all the parents did in the school?
Yeah. It was just like in like a residential housing estate, most of the bit that I saw.
Is that why it was called Residential Evil?
Residential Evil.
I just think like leave it alone. Just the games are the games, and they're good for reason. I don't think you can make a good adaptation of the Resident Evil series. I was telling somebody the other day about the Street Fighter adaptation. The old film from 1994. Because came up in conversation that Angelica Houston was married to Jack Nicholson, which I didn't know. And then I started talking about Danny Houston, her brother, who's a fucking amazing actor. But then I started talking about Raul Julia, which led me on to Street Fighter. So I go banging on about Street Fighter for about 10 minutes. And then that led me on to Mortal Kombat, which I went on for like another 45, just explaining how well that film is cast.
Danny Houston is her brother, as in from 30 Days of Night?
Yeah, he is. He's Angelica Houston's younger brother.
I didn't know that. Fucking hell.
What about you, James? What have you been up to?
Not a lot, I'll be honest. I did start watching that John Wayne Gacy TV show that was on ITVX. Watched a couple of episodes of that. It's pretty good so far.
Who plays John Wayne Gacy?
I honestly don't recognise anyone in it apart from one of the... No, I basically don't know anybody in it, but he's good. He plays it really well. He looks so much like him.
Steve Coogan.
But yeah, it's really good. But that's it. I've been slacking, really. I haven't really watched much. What about you, brother?
Me? Over the weekend, I watched the wrestler Scott Levy, Raven, has done a documentary about his life. So I watched that, which was pretty good. Loads of like talking heads and just tells that he's had such a mental life. And then I went a bit more mental and I watched a documentary about the documentary Dig, which is about the Brian Jonestown massacre and the Dandy Warhols and their rivalry throughout the 90s. And that was just insane. It was such a good watch. It was so fun to watch.
I might have
Where did
seen
you watch that?
Because I used to be and still am a fan of Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and Peter Hayes from them, he played for Brian Jonestown Massacre at one point. So I watched a documentary with him in it. He's
one of the dozens of people to have left that band because Anton Newcombe is insane. He's fucking mental. But yeah, that was such a good watch. Film wise, I watched a film called High Tension, which is it's directed by the guy who did the Hills Have Eyes remake back in 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, what's it?
Alexandra?
It's double A, isn't it? Spanish
yeah.
director, is he?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. Or is he French? So I watched the film that he did before he did The Hills Have Eyes, and it's called High Tension, and it wasn't very good, but it was very crisp looking and very gory. It was a bit shit, to be honest.
What did you think of the twist, Dan?
I hated it. I was so I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, and I was just like, this is fucking so bad. This is fucking oh god. I want to put my foot through the TV screen and send Alexander Aja the bill. I also watched the new Sam Raimi film Send Help with Rachel McAdams, where she gets marooned on a tropical island with her boss, who's a dickhead, and she's like some survivalist. She's a big fan of the TV show Survivor. survivor, so she knows how to search for water and hunt boar and stuff like that. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Kind of let down by it.
Oh no, really?
Speaking of being marooned on an island, I was going to mention this. When you get a plane, you ever just like walk down the aisle and look at all the people who will inevitably become the people who you cannibalize when that plane crashes? I was just like, I'm going to eat you. I'm going to eat you. I might leave you. And I'm going to eat you.
No, I don't do that, but I'd say what I do is if I'm ever in a coffee house, I'm always looking around to see who's sat on the tables close by. So when the zombie apocalypse strikes just then and there, who I'm going to have to fortify this coffee shop with,
It's like when you get a bus anywhere, you think you're going to go through a tunnel and end up like back in time. Do you remember that TV show that we used to talk about all the time?
No, which one was that?
No, yeah, you do. When they're on a bus and they just like go on a bus and they go through a tunnel. It might have been called The Tunnel. No, I mean, you used to talk about all the time. I mean, you used to like talk about being on buses and being like, "That's the girl I'm going to marry when we end up going back in time," and stuff like that. We were quite young. Do you remember it?
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
I tell you what, you did unlock a core memory for me the other week, though. Do you remember you sent me the intro to that old TV show from like the 90s, Woof, but the kid that can turn into a dog?
Woof. Yeah.
Whenever he goes on a roundabout, he turns into a dog. Like a kid's roundabout, not a roundabout on the road. Like he's driving, he just turns into a dog.
Do you remember that other one where the kid had invisible spray? So like he used to spray everything, like he could spray things that go invisible. And the only thing I ever remember him doing on it was that he got like a PE bench, like he had in primary school, and he sprayed it invisible and put it over the long jump sandpit, and he did a dead long jump and just ran across the invisible bench. And like his teacher, who was a dick with him all the time, was like super like proud of him, and that's the only thing I remember happening. Do you not remember that?
No, not at all. Are you just like using this to just make stuff up? Like it's just like the whole Ice Cube, Catherine O'Hara buddy cop film thing?
No, that was a real thing. The invisible spray. I'm gonna fucking get ChatGPT to find it for me.
I remember Bernard's Watch and The Queen's Nose. Obviously, those two are the big hitters.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Do you remember a show called Spats? And it was about this like weird Canadian British fast food place. They did like fried chicken and stuff and burgers and that.
Maybe.
The only thing I remember about that is that it was this homeless woman outside, and they like tried to get her to go away, and she put a curse on the restaurant, and like the whole episode.
It's just like drag me to hell.
This up?
Yeah, it was like drag me to hell. Yeah, that is real though. I'm not making that up.
Yeah, it was directed by Sam Raimi. Yeah. And last but not least, the last thing I watched was the third and thank God final installment of the Strangers trilogy, Strangers Chapter 3. Oh my God!
Why
is that the one that came out like
doing
last
that
year?
To yourself?
I don't know. It's because I went to the cinema one night and there was nothing on. I thought, right, let's watch this first one, see if it's any good, and it was awful. So then I just happened to catch the second one on streaming. I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to see if it's any good, and it's not. And I'm like all invested in it now. It's like a sunk cost fallacy. I'm all in on it. So I had to watch the third one. Fuck me, man. Just it goes like into the backstory of who the strangers are and why they're doing what they're doing, which is just I'm not going to.
I thought the whole point of them doing what they're doing was the fact there is no point.
I mean, that's the film tries to. I'm not going to say any more about it. Just don't watch it. Don't watch it. Right, Dark Talkers. Thanks for the debrief, the wrap up of your weeks. But it's time to talk dark. So, gents, we are here tonight to discuss Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan, directed by Rob Hayden, starring Jensen, Daggett, Scott Reeves, Peter Mark Richman, and Kane Hodder as Jason. So, Paul, when did you first see this one?
Probably in that famous summer that I talk about all the time, where I watched shit ton of horror films. That is the only time I've seen it up until last night when I rewatched it for this. Wow. I always had really good fond memories of it. I always thought it was like one of the best ones. I was dead excited to watch it again. And that is all I have to say.
Okay.
That's all you had to say.
James, what about you? As if this is going to be any different from anything else.
So we had some on DVD and we had some on VHS. Just around the same time I was watching all the other ones, really, years and years ago. I've seen this film so many times that it's I know the script off by heart. I know just everything off by heart. And I don't know why I've watched it so many times, but yeah.
Yeah, me neither, yeah. I'm the same as you. I've seen this film, God, more times than I can count. The only film I think I may have seen more times than this is From Dusk Till Dawn. I think that's the only film I've watched more than this. Yeah, So this is the last film of the 80s. We've had some ups and downs with this franchise. This film feels the most 80s to me.
Yeah.
It's not filmed in the 80s, though, is it?
Yeah, 1989.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh, I thought it was early 90s it was made, because we were talking about the timeline when we were doing part 7, right?
Oh, yeah. I think timeline, in-universe timeline-wise, this takes place in like 2001, which is different.
Yeah, that's it, yeah, sorry.
This is, I think this is like pure distilled Jason. People will go into the cinema to watch this one to say, to cheer Jason on. Oh my God, he's going to go to Manhattan. He's going to go to New York and kick some ass. That's, yeah. But it turns out this film is quite mistitled, really. It shouldn't be called Jason Takes Manhattan. It should be called something like, I don't know, Jason Gets on a Boat. Jason goes for a swim. Jason's Ghost.
Jason meets Titanic, I guess it is, really.
Jason meets Jason. Yeah, so let's get into the film. So the film begins with an extremely different type of opening credits for this one. We don't have any of the Manfredini score. We don't have any of the black background, none of the white text. This opens up with some shots of scummy 80s New York. Looks like Streets of Rage, this. And it plays the most iconic piece of music, apart from the main theme that this franchise has ever had. It's The Darkest Side of the Night by Metropolis, and I love this song, and I know you do too, James.
Oh yeah, it's just even when it came, I kind of forgot about the opening title sequence when I put it on, and when it came on I was doing the dud smile, the Homer smile.
Top corner of your mouth, just raise it up.
Yeah, it's such a sick song.
Yeah. Paul, what do you think of this song?
Do you know what? I couldn't remember this intro either, but I just wanted the whole film to just be like this, just like street thugs and toxic waste everywhere and heroin and like
flaming
it felt
barrels.
a bit like Warriors or something. Yeah, just like steam coming up from the street, from the underneath the streets and shit like that. I fucking love it. It's so good.
Do you know who should have had a cameo in this?
The song is great.
The Turtles should have been in this.
I was gonna say Roddy Piper, like walking down the street with sunglasses on or something.
Yeah, please. You definitely should have had some members of the Foot Clan.
Oh God, now I just want to watch Turtles 1990. Christ.
Yeah, I really love this late 80s, early 90s aesthetic. It's almost like the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
We should compile a list of films that take place in dirty, smoky cities and just turn it into a playlist and just do them.
Yeah.
From now on.
Like the Hawaiian shirt, psychotic, bright universe that you came up with that time. What's in that? It's Romeo and Juliet, Spring Breakers.
Yeah, Crank 1 and 2.
Crank 1 and 2.
Hobo with a shotgun.
So what's the criteria? Hawaiian shirt and what? Chaotic.
It's the Hawaiian shirt universe.
Yeah, everybody is all wearing Hawaiian shirts. It's always summer. There's no cloud. The sun is just burning people, and everybody carries handguns, and they're all ultra violent to each other and just horrible.
Yeah, everyone's insane.
De Niro from Cape Fear come into it.
Yeah, he'd fit perfectly.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers in Point Break, when they're that gang, that fucking evil gang of surfers in Point Break.
Yeah, it's like the feeling that you get from watching these films is like you just smashed an 8-ball and you just you are now in this world. Everyone is a dick to each other and there's just no law, and I love it.
Imagine if you had a hangover, it would be the worst kind of film you could watch, I think. That's
I don't know, I watched
that's how I feel it.
Oh, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it. The one with Sam Neill in the space one.
Oh, Event Horizon.
Oh, I watched that when I was hungover and I'd never seen it before. Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I remember watching that at yours two's house. I don't know where you were, James, but I think you were in bed at 5 a.m. We'd just been and bought steaks from the shop around the corner. We had been up all night drinking, amongst other things, and playing poker, and we were just let's watch Event Horizon. We was like, yeah, right. And we did, and it was horrendous.
Yeah. It wasn't 5 a.m, it was about 10 a.m, because I woke up with a fucking pounding head, and I came downstairs into the living room, and you were just watching that film, cooking steak. I was like, oh, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
That was one of the heaviest nights you've ever had. And then to wake up to that in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't been asleep, so I was like, yeah.
Okay, but before we get any of this cool ass New York stuff, we have to go through the boat level. Fucking hell. So we're back at Crystal Lake on a boat, and there's two teenagers who are about to make love, and the guy, Jamie, is he Jamie or is he Jim?
Jim.
Okay. The guy, Jim, pauses. He's like making out with this girl, getting her all warmed up, and he's like, hang on, I've just got to go and drop an anchor. And I was like, what, is he going for a dump? Like,
I thought he was going for a dump as well. I was surprised when he didn't.
Yeah, so he throws the anchor overboard, and he's Mr. Exposition. He recounts the whole Jason story to his girlfriend, this is Susie, and her acting is just something else. This is, I mean, come on. I know you guys didn't like Adrian King, but like this girl's acting, which I'll talk about in a sec. So Jim tells a story about Jason drowned and he lurks at the bottom of the lake, and as he does this, we see that the anchor that he's thrown overboard has torn into this like industrial electrical cable, which is like over Jason's body, and Jason's body is there from the last film with the pier is still collapsed on him. You just see his hands and legs sticking out like a cartoon character. And we know electricity just brings Jason back to life, so this shocks him and he starts climbing up the anchor and out of Crystal Lake. What do you think about this as a way to reanimate Jason? How do you think this looks?
Sound, isn't it? It's been
I like it.
It's a known way of bringing him back, so fuck it. Keep the continuity up. Who cares really how he comes back to life at this point? It's just like, why not? Fuck it.
Well, the director of the next film doesn't care. Took that. But we'll talk about that next time. Yeah, I think this looks really good. I think this looks quite scary. Yeah. Did you hear Jason laugh?
No.
Because as like he reanimates, it just you hear this like dark sound. And I was like, is that Jason laughing, or is it just meant to be the sound effect? If you can play it now, go back and see it.
I've got it on now.
I'm going to put it on too.
They're smooching. The anchor's tearing away.
So when is it? When the anchor hits him?
Just as he reanimates after the electricity.
No, it's the score in the background.
But it sounds like a laugh, doesn't it?
Sort of, yeah. I see why you say it. But I think you hear the same score later on.
That's definitely a laugh, that is. That's 100%
Isn't
a laugh.
It? Yeah.
It could be part of the score, but if it is, then the score is just, they made it to sound like a laugh, because it does go,
Right, so Jason climbs aboard, now reanimated, and he looks slimier.
Sorry, I was just going to say, going back to Jimmy, like, recounting the whole thing. He's like, he's acting all, like, scared. He's like, we're right around that place. And she's like, what place? He's like, you don't want to know. I can't tell you. And she's like, go on. He's like, okay. So he tells her this whole thing, dead serious, like, straight in the eye. And then he's like, forget about it. It's just a story. She's like, oh, nice. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
Well, this is just the first part of his little prank. He's setting her up. He's warming her up for the big finale that he's got planned, which is
I know he's not going to propose to her.
So this is the lamest prank ever. So he jumps out on Susie wearing a hockey mask and he stabs her with this fake knife, right? And he's like, ooh, and he's like, got you good, babe. Takes the mask off. But I'm like, she doesn't know who Jason is. Like, he's just had to tell her the story. So with the hockey mask and that, like, she wouldn't know. You know what I mean?
She'd recognise his body and she'd just be like, why is he wearing a mask?
What are you doing, dick?
And like the bit after he's hit her with a knife as well, it cuts back to him and he does the knife into his hand. Like, look, it's not real. Look, babe, look at my new knife.
Let me just show the audience that it was a fake knife.
Yeah.
And I am not Jason. So the real Jason climbs aboard and he looks slimier than ever and he's dressed in like seaweed chic. What do you think of this look for Jason?
All I could think about was like how squelchy his toes must be.
I thought thinking the same thing.
Like in those boots, just like every step. Oof. Wouldn't like that myself.
Where's it rank for you?
Pretty low, I think. Yeah, really low. I don't like Kane Hodder's portrayal of him in this as well. He's always stood just like dead stupid, and he always keeps looking at the camera like really fast. So many times. No, I don't like this Jason at all. Like I like the idea like he's like grey basically, obviously, which is just, I don't know, it just looks awful.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, considering how
I like the idea that he's like wet constantly. But
do you know what it is though? Like in some of the older films, it doesn't show him straight away. It shows like a bit of him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In this, they just go straight into like, this is Jason in full light, all of his body. This is 100% Jason doing this, and it just like, it shows way too much of him. If he was more in the shadows and stuff, then later on, just like the second half of the film, he comes more out of the shadows and he's all like slick and wet and shit. It would probably have more impact, but it's like,
Yeah, absolutely.
they show the shark too early, you know. It's just that's, I think that's the biggest issue with this attire. But don't know, it's better than part 6 for me, better than that costume, because that's fucking embarrassing. But
Embarrassing.
Yeah, it's better than that, but it's still, I don't know. I do like the idea of that he's wet all the time, but I don't know. It's just not very.
It's the grey skin that does it for me. I mean, the attire I can sort of take it or leave it. It's just it just looks shit. Like it's later on when he takes his mask off, it just looks fucking stupid. Like it's like somehow they've gone worse than they did in part 7, because part 7 was amazing. It was like the best look that he's ever had unmasked. And like, just why not just do that again? Use the same effects, but no, they've just recreated it. Like the paper mache face, it just looks fucking. Oh god. Yeah, not a fan of this Jason look. I do like Kane Hodder's performance though, and I think some of the times when he stood in the corridor looking menacing, I think fuck yeah, he's really scary. Yeah, I can't knock Kane Hodder. I just think the makeup looks fucking crap. Yeah. So Jason is now alive again, and he grabs this convenient replacement mask that Jim has left for him, hanging on the steering wheel of the ship. It's even got the little axe mark in the top corner.
I was thinking this, but then the detail he kind of goes into when he's telling his girlfriend, he might be like some Jason nutbag and like makes these masks himself, like, you know. Yeah,
he could be like an aficionado. I do kind of like parts of this film. They do go into like the legend of Jason about being the boy that drowns, and his spirit will get you underwater. Because there's a lot of weird ghost shit goes on in this film, which I never really bothered. I never really noticed it growing up. I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. But like when I was watching this time, I was like, what is going on? Like why is all this mad shit happening? You know, it's like, so I do kind of like the way that the legend is well known, because like a lot of characters know him later on. They know the legend of Jason, you know, and it's just a legend. He's been dead for years and all that.
Yeah.
So we get our first 2 kills of the film. So Jason murders Jim with a spear gun. Jim doesn't even try to escape, just like looks panicked up at the window, while Susie absolutely does escape. She bombs it out of that window and she's like, fucking see ya. So I'm gone, mate. But she, instead of jumping off the ship and swimming back to land, she just hides in this trapdoor, like sitting duck, and it keeps cutting back to her while she's in it, and Jason walking around the boat looking for her. And it's almost like, you know where Darth Vader's talking to Luke Skywalker when they have that final fight in the Emperor's throne room, and Luke's hiding in the shadows, and like it's doing that with her, and then it cuts back to Jason looking around for her, but she just looks so bored and not scared. Like she's waiting for a bus. She's just like looking at her watch and like, fucking hell, come on. And then it's just this, oh god, this was fucking, the director just looks like, scared.
She's like chewing her lip. She's just like,
yeah, legit.
It's like, look fucking scared. It's not hard. This giant murderer is going to come and get you like in about 5 seconds. Like, look panicked, you know.
The thing with,
she's just like,
when she's biting her lip, it's like she's it's like she's waiting in the car for like her husband to come out of the shop or something.
I think he's going to bolt something expensive. Oh god, please don't buy another vape. Jason finds her, lifts the trapdoor open, and he impales her with is it like fucking King Neptune's tridents? It's like this 3-pronged spear that he's got. It's just like, this was shit. These were both shit.
Really bad opening kills. Really bad. Lazy shit.
So, that was Jim and Susie. They are graduating students for Lakeview High, and the rest of the students are celebrating graduation day with a cruise to New York City. So, apparently, Crystal Lake now connects to the ocean, which I don't think that was in any of the other films, was it? Is that a new thing?
Crystal Lake.
You look at Crystal Lake in this, and you compare it to Crystal Lake in Part 3, which was Crystal Pond, that tiny little brook of water.
Yeah. I was about to say, it's like, it's gone from this like little boggy swamp looking thing to like giant mountains overlooking it. It looks like the fucking Loch Ness or something. It's huge.
Yeah, I do think it looks cool. I do think the ship looks cool. I'm going to say now, I think the idea of Jason on a boat is a pretty cool idea. I think it's a bit of a change-up. I think it's, But that goes into my final overall thoughts of the film, so we'll get to that a bit later. So we meet our cast. So we meet our final girl, who is Rennie, and she is the ward and niece of Charles McCulloch, who is this asshole headmaster of Lakeview High, and we find out more about his character a bit later on. But what do you think of these two as main characters? I guess there's a bit more depth to these two than you usually get for main characters in these films, I suppose.
I'd love Charles in this. He's just the worst bloke.
Terrible.
He's just like, he just never let up, and like I don't want to go too far ahead, but later on when they make it to New York and he's like, wonderful choice of places to dock a boat, Mr. Robertson. So, fucking hell, man.
Like he had a choice.
Shut the fuck up. I know. But yeah, I enjoy this film because he's in it, even though he's like meant to be a baddie in it. It's so funny.
I don't think much of his acting.
I don't really think much
of his line delivery is terrible.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying he's good, but the main girl, Rennie, again, don't really think anything, like whatever.
Yeah, quite nondescript.
Yeah.
So Rennie's got like some phobia of water and drowning, and we'll see later on how that came about. But do you want to talk about it now? Do you want to talk about what an arsehole Charles is?
Yeah,
go on. Yeah, let's get it out the way. Yeah. So basically, she's scared of water, and she doesn't remember why. She has a crippling fear of water, like Truman from The Truman Show. Because when she was younger, Charles, her uncle, took her out onto Crystal Lake. And bear in mind, she's like, 7 years old at this point, something like that. And to teach her to swim, he just pushes her out of the boat. Like, literally, he's like, boom, and pushes her out. He's like, come on, swim. And she's like, I told you I can't. I'm going to drown. But he's also got the shits up where he's like, oh yeah, if you can't swim, Jason will get you. He's at the bottom of the lake. And what makes it worse is the fact that Jason is actually there and he grabs her by the leg and tries to pull her down. What is going on here? Is this the spirit of Jason? Is this like a nightmare? Is she just scared?
I don't know, rewatching it now, I think she was just so scared that she imagined it. It was like, well, that's...
I don't know, because at the very end, I mean, the guy, like what we see at the very end of what she sees and what her buddy sees kind of confirms that this like boy spirit of Jason is kind of real, you
know?
Yeah. Does he see it in the end? Does Sean see what happens to Jason at the very end?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm sure. He definitely does.
I tell you who can see the ghost of Jason is the dog, because later on when Jason comes up to the portal, the dog is like and runs off. And I don't think you even see that dog again until New York. Doesn't it just turn up right at the end of the film? Oh no, the dog gets on the boat with him, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's Charles and Renee's relationship. She doesn't remember this till the end of the film.
Oh, it's just Charles is like the John Strode of the Friday the 13th series. Thinking about it.
Yeah, Dr. Cruz from the last film.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
The bootleg Michael Douglas.
Bootleg Michael Douglas. Yeah, so we also meet Sean, who is this young dude who he's a possible love interest for Renee. He gives her this Statue of Liberty gold necklace. I think they've got a bit of a history. And Sean's dad is also the captain of this ship, the Lazarus. Now, fucking hell, I was getting second-hand embarrassment watching this scene. Like, they're all in like the bridge, the control room of the ship, and like the captain, Sean's dad, is like, I am now relinquishing control of this ship to my son, who's got no experience of being a captain. and Sean's just like, oh, Dad, I don't want this, but he has to like try and make an effort. He's like, well, son, what are you going to do? And he's like, let's say that we're leaving. He's like, no, you have to send out the international maritime signal. It's like fuck, you've made him a captain. You've just made him a captain. He's a civilian and now he's a captain. You have to work your way up in the you know,
like on the spot as well when he's just about to like go on his like graduation. Come on, son, spend all the time in here with me. It makes me laugh that bit as well because obviously he just walks off in a mood, but he can't open that door at first. And I wonder if they were like, right, we've got no time to go again, so we just kind of have to use that take.
Well, there was a bit of trouble with this character, wasn't there? So this is Sean's played by Scott Reeves, but he's the second guy to play Sean because they cast somebody else, and I don't know the guy's name, but apparently he was fucking awful, like one of the worst actors you've ever seen. And like I think they shot like half the film, and they were like, right, we can't release this. We're gonna have to refilm all of Sean's scenes because this guy's shit.
You see a clip of the other guy acting. It's so.
I need to look that up right now.
I think you can probably see it on the the dead meat video of this.
You'll be able to put it into YouTube and just come across it.
Fuck it, I'll do it another time.
Oh, it's really, really bad.
All I'm thinking is how bad would you have to be recast in a Friday the 13th film, Part 8, when we have all these other actors who are criminally fucking bad.
And by this guy as well, because I don't think Scott Reeves is particularly good in this either. Like he's not great. So like if he's better than you, like what are you doing with that? God.
Yeah. I do love that scene though, because after he storms out, his mate's just stood in there like.
He's like, do I go with him or not?
Yeah, like Perry in that episode of Harry Enfield, in that sketch. I think his parents like proper yell at Kevin, so he like they send him to bed or something. It just pans across and like Perry's just stood there. Oh man.
Yeah. So Sean is a vastly underqualified fail son. He doesn't have salt water in his blood like his dad, so he storms off. We meet a couple of other characters. So first one we meet is JJ, who is this Joan Jett type of rocker, and her best friend Wayne, who is this dorky cameraman. But he's meant to be ugly, but he clearly isn't. He's like, he'd be a model anywhere in the world. He's like stunningly handsome. Do you know
Looks
what I mean?
like Matt Damon, I thought.
I thought he looked like Corey Feldman a little bit.
Maybe that's...
Yeah, it does a bit, yeah.
But you don't have to laugh at Wade because, like, everybody hates him, basically, apart from JJ. That's his only friend that, like, genuinely likes him. And later on, when they're having some sort of, like, future prediction thing, like, I think it must be some sort of ceremony thing they do, he's like, maybe some of us know what our future's predicted. And McCulloch is like, oh, in your case, I'm sure that's true. It's like, fucking hell, man. What a dickhead. Like, where's the need in that? What do you think of JJ? Do you guys like her?
Yeah,
she's pretty cool actually. I wish she was in it for a bit longer.
She's very shown, she's very shown, but she's kind of cool. She's like, she seems like wholesome and that. Just wants to be a rocker. Then she goes down the what's it called, like the dungeon of the ship, and
the engine room.
That's the one. And she's just like, she puts her like fucking thing on play, and she's like, she's funny.
So she goes down into the dungeon of the ship to play a guitar because she wants the acoustics to sound better. Jason is lurking down there and he kills her. But before we go into her death, we need to introduce another character. This is my favorite character in the entire film. This is the deckhand, who is the crazy Ralph of the film. Fucking hell, this dude is just like. So he notices Jim and Susie's ship covered in blood drifting past the Lazarus, and he takes that to be like a portent of doom. But instead of like warning everybody, hey, there's a ship down there covered in blood, maybe we should see what's going on. He like cryptically spends the whole film just going, this voyage is doomed and you're all gonna die. But it's funny because anytime he says anything like that to anybody, they just no sell him. They just like, it just cuts away to another scene. Nobody says to him, what are you on about, mate?
Mate, what are you talking about? Why do you keep saying shit like this? You're freaking everyone out. You're scaring the children. Can we have a word?
Get off the boat, really.
Well, why doesn't he get off the boat? Before he sees this, before the boat even leaves. He's like,
he wants to go to New York, doesn't he?
Yeah. So has he seen Jason climb on the boat? Because we get a shot of Jason just coming out of the water, climbing up the chain and getting onto the boat. So has he seen that? Because later on he's like, Jason, he's on this boat. Ah.
Oh, I don't know. Fucking hell.
The reason I brought him up just before JJ's death. So JJ gets murdered in the engine room. She gets smashed in the head with her guitar and the blood splatters over the lens. But as she's screaming and running, it cuts back to the top of the deck and like the deckhand is there and he's listening to JJ screaming by, one of those like ship horn things. You can shout down and go, hey, what's going on down there? Like he hears that. I know it's not a ship's horn. It's like, those giant bugles that come out of ships.
You find them in children's parks these days. It's like a pipe that comes out the ground and it leads to another pipe dead far away. Yeah. If I ever come across them, I just go like down them, and you just see people like looking like, what the fuck?
People? You mean a playground full of children? That's what you mean?
They just look over and there's a crouching man just like this. Who's that weirdo? Why is he in the park?
Yeah, so JJ gets killed with her own guitar, blood splatter on the camera. Thought this looked pretty good. Sad JJ's gone too soon. What do you guys think?
I don't think it looks good personally, because I don't know, it's just the blood splatters on the screen before he's even like whacked her, I think. think. It's just badly timed, I think. So obviously Jason can actually teleport in this film. Like,
Oh, yeah, big time.
he acts like it's a thing, right?
Yeah, I think it's an inside joke from the crew. I don't think it's meant to be that he can teleport.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to be like, you know how a character is everywhere, you know how they just turn up. But in this, they just make it, I think they've just done it over the top a little bit too much, that it's become the fact that he has to be able to teleport, you know?
Yeah, because there's that scene later on where, what's the girl's name who gets strangled in the dance room, in the dance floor?
Eve, played by Kelly Hugh.
And she's like looking around, and it's like way over the top, like on purpose that they've like teleported, because it's almost like that Spider-Man meme with the three of them all looking at each other at one point. Because it keeps cutting to like,
she looks in three different directions and she sees Jason in all of them.
So, I think it is, like you said, it is a bit of an inside joke. It must be, right?
Yeah. But I think, didn't they give this Jason in the Friday the 13th game the actual ability to teleport? I'm sure that was one of like...
Oh, is it?
You could do that with all of the Jasons, from what I played of it. Yeah, but you had to get your like power up to do it. But you don't teleport. Yeah, you kind of like teleport like almost like a wormhole. It like goes through to where you're going to end up, and then you just go like straight there. Yeah. But it does become sort of canon, doesn't it, that you can teleport later on. And then in the remake, they explain it through underground tunnels that take him places quicker.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Obviously in the ship, there are no underground tunnels or anything, because like at one point he teleports up a ladder, which is just like insane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, later on, he teleports into the building that McCulloch was running from. Like, McCulloch's running from Jason, but when he gets into the building, he's safe. Jason's already in there. So in canon, I'm going to take it that Jason can teleport, but I don't think that was intended. I think they just made it as a bit of a joke. Like, he can teleport now as well as being a zombie. So Rennie starts having visions of child Jason swimming outside the portal to her room, which I've mentioned the dog can also see. I'm going to skip over all these Jason visions that she has because they're just fucking boring. But one thing I do want to say is, why does every vision she has of Jason, he looks different? Like, in some of them he's physically deformed, in some of them he hasn't got the deformities. You know, what is going on? What is going on? Is she some kind of psychic or medium and she can speak to ghosts or spirits or something? I mean, I know it doesn't matter.
I think she's like, I don't know why that first one in the porthole, I don't know, it's just obviously like her trauma, I guess. If you look back now, it's kind of like an A24 film.
But also,
sorry, I didn't mean that, A24.
In case you want to...
I hope they're not listening.
But the porthole outside her window, it's not like she's in a submarine, so why's the water there? You know, it's like that portal opens up onto the depth. Which we'll see later on when Jason puts his fist through it. Some more characters we meet. We meet Tamara and her best pal Eve, who are this couple of mean girls, and they sneak off to snort cocaine in the laundry room after they've been watching the boxing and iron up the hunks that work on the ship. This fucking guy, I'm telling you. What is he?
I wonder how many takes it took.
He's like this tall, like, you know, nice haircut, nice smile, walks past him. He's like the milk tray man or the Diet Coke man, and they're both like, whoa, baby, he's hot.
I wonder if they didn't give him any lines because they didn't want to pay him, like, more money. So they were just like, right, just walk past and smile.
They didn't give him more lines because he speaks like this. Like Pamela Dove.
Yes, I'm Pam Dove.
Great.
So they run into Renee, who is looking for her dog, which has ran off because it saw the spirit of Jason, and they're like, that bitch better not knock on us. And then they bump into McCulloch, who's just like, are you girls using drugs? Like, why does he say it like that?
Isn't it like a fucking a cut scene from like a Resident Evil game or something like that? Are you girls using drugs? Oh man, it's just that script, and it's like, was it Barry in?
It's Barry
Resident Evil. He's like,
He's like,
how about going down to check by yourself?
What is very odd here as well, McCulloch is like, I'll be coming to your room in 10 minutes, young lady, and if your biology project isn't ready, then you'll spend the rest of the summer contained on this boat or whatever. It's like, yeah, and like, why? They've graduated. Why is he going to pick up a biology project? And why is he going to her room to get it? And what could her biology project be that she's going to take it on this ship with her? Like, oh, do you know what?
This teacher, he must have used to work at
I'm gonna have to bleep our old high school out because it was full of pedos.
Yeah.
So while all this is going on, a very wet and very soggy Jason just plods around the ship, just doing nothing. He's just like stomping round. Like, how can he not find victims on this ship? There were hundreds of people on it. It's just like plod. Like this wet carpet where his footprints would be. Like,
there's a scene, I can't remember who walks off somewhere. They're like, it's one of the characters, and they walk off, and then the like camera just pans right, and the door opens. You just see Jason's feet, and it's like the not scary. It's the least scary thing I've ever seen.
It's later on when Wayne leaves Tamra's room. He's like, she gives him the elbow, and he storms off, walks around the bed, and Jason sticks his head out of the door like, dun, dun, like so Jason gets his second kill on the boat when he kills some random boxing dude in the sauna by shoving a heated rock through his abdomen, which I thought was pretty creative. Despite it doesn't look great, but it's something new. What do you
just
think?
Drop it on his face and let it melt through a fake face. Like, it wouldn't be that hard to do. Do you know what I mean? Friday the 13th film, just let the kills be fucking weird and creative. And
so Tamara gets revenge on Renee, who she thinks has dobbed her in for doing coke in the laundry room, and Renee is stood at the edge of the boat, and Tamara just like running body checks her into the water. It's like, oops, I didn't mean it. What an accident that was. It's like, oh god.
So where's this ship now? Like, is it? They're out in the ocean, right? So that's basically what would be manslaughter if Sean didn't jump in and save her. Right?
I think she should be getting done for at least attempted murder for this. Like,
yeah, even falling from that height is fucking into water would do some damage.
Yeah, break an arm.
I don't know. So yeah, she's nasty.
I'll tell you where this ship isn't. It's fucking not in New York. That's where it isn't. Like, come on, the film is called Jason Takes Manhattan. Come on. Yeah. So Sean jumps into the water to save Renee. There's more little ghost Jason boy that tries to drag her under. Fucking who cares? Yeah. Later on, she has another vision of Jason coming out the mirror, like the girl from The Ring, and grabs her by the throat. And anyway, let's get on to the funny part of the film. So McCulloch arrives to collect Tamra's biology project. I don't know what that is, but she strips off and tries to seduce him, and she's like labelled all her organs on her body like wrong. She's got like an arrow pointing down to her fanny that says stomach, and I'm like, what's going on here? McCulloch puts up the bare minimum of protest when she's kissing him. She's like, hey, stop that, little lady. I'm your teacher. What do you think you're doing?
Oh man, this bit does make me laugh.
Comes from the Mr. School of teaching.
Oh god.
More bleeping for you there, Dan.
Mr. if you're listening, fuck you.
Mr. If you're listening, fuck off. You know. Keep all this in, just bleep out the name. Come on, this is fun.
I had to bleep out you calling to a pedo the other day as well.
Did you?
You were like he's a fucking pedo, so I had to bleep that out. And then you went, yeah, I hate him, and you went, he's a fucking, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to bleep this next word. And you went, gobshite. So turns out that Tamara doesn't really like McCulloch, doesn't really want to sleep with him. She is having Wayne film this whole thing so that they can blackmail him, and he's like, you'll all be sorry for this blackmail attempt. I'll says to Wayne, he's like, you'll never get into any film school, I'll mark my words.
And then gets right in his face when he's like, ever. It made me think of Matilda when she's making Bruce Bogtrotter eat that cake, and he's like nice, quiet, softly spoken. He's like, I don't want any, thank you. And she gets right up nose to nose, and she just says, eat it. Fucking cracks me up.
So Wayne admits that he has the hots for Tamara, but she is not interested. She's only interested in what he can do for her, which is provide blackmail material. So Tamara is I don't know what she's doing, get ready for bed. She's in her bathroom and she hears a creak. She hears the door creak, so she looks through the creak in the bathroom door to her, the door to her room, and she just see Jason like creeping in, like his head sticks in, and she's like, instead of she doesn't panic and she doesn't scream, she's like, what the fuck is this? Like, it looks so stupid. It just looks fucking ridiculous.
It's just so brightly lit. It's literally like, remember when we used to try and film our own horror films ourselves?
Yeah.
Way back when. Yeah. And like, there's just no lighting or anything. They've just gone and it's like, oh, we've got this, like, it doesn't even look like a set. So they're like, oh, they're on the ship. Let's just film it now. They're quick. And it looks like a man in a costume.
It does. She probably thinks it's Wade or McCulloch come back to scare her.
That's what I think. Yeah, she must do, right?
I do think this is actually a pretty harrowing death for her, though. So she sort of hides she closes the door and like has her ear to it, listening to hear what's going on. And then Jason barges through the door and he punches through the door. Yeah. And not only is he punching, she goes flying and bangs her head into the mirror and shatters it. He also punches her clothes off because he hits her. And then in the next scene, she's stumbling across, completely nude. Yeah, she basically lies on the bathroom floor, cowering, naked. And Jason picks up a shard of mirror and she's begging for her life. And he stabs her. And you don't actually see anything happen. But I think it's the whole lead up to it really. I thought this was pretty good, actually. No gore. It was all just like implied.
Yeah.
Gave me Halloween, Rob Zombie vibes. You know, the home invasion shit. Yeah.
Home invasion scene. Yeah. True.
They could have done this with the first girl who gets killed. You know, like he opens up the little box thing that she's in, and it just shows her, and then he could have just like stamped, and all he'd have to do is show him stamping or something like that, and it would make it look brutal and fucking horrible way to die. You know, but who am I to say? You know,
I don't think the actress for that first girl had it in her, because like the girl that's playing Tamara here, she's like going for it. She's like, no, please don't. And the first girl was just like, oh no, don't. No. Back on the bridge of the ship, we see Jason kill the first mate with a spear gun from behind, which I think it looks okay because the camera is outside the bridge.
Yeah, I like that.
It's all silent. I thought this was quite good, even though you don't see
it's
much.
One of the most creative in the film. I think it's okay, but I think it works compared to the other stuff in this.
Compared to this next one where he kills the captain by slashing his throat with the blunt end of the machete. It's like the wrong.
And it doesn't even touch his throat either.
It doesn't even touch his throat. You don't see any blood. It's just fucking. This was bad.
And you get another thing where the actors go. Was it past 7? You know, where he goes cross-eyed after he's been doing with the strimmer. And it's awful.
So Sean and Rennie find the captain's body. Sean gets on the PA system to call for help, but as he's doing this, he's like, Mayday, Mayday. Jason, like, it cuts to Jason. He's just like pulling the wires off this thing. He's like, like pulling the wires off the communications of the ship. That is good timing there, Jason. Good timing.
I know, right? I do like his message there when he's like, excuse me, everyone. Excuse me, I've got a really important announcement to make. And then Jules?
Jules, yeah. Well,
Julius. Yeah. He comes out. He's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Why don't we talk about Julius now? What do you guys think of Julius? He's the boxer jock type, but he's like a decent dude. So yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, cool as fuck.
Yeah, he's very cool. Love his tracksuit as well.
Yeah, well, nice.
It's great as well because there's a line a bit later on where they're all gathering weapons to go and hunt for the killer. They don't know who the killer is. It may be the deckhand, and it may be Jason. Well, it is Jason, obviously. Like, take whatever you want, but we're gonna get this guy. And then one guy's like, "What are you taking, Julius?" And he's like, "Nothing, but this gun." Like, why does he pause? Why does he pause?
I don't know, because it even like cut back to them all looking at him like, and then he takes like the most powerful weapon there.
Like nobody thought to take that gun first.
He's just like. They're like,
very weird bit of the script that I don't understand.
Because I completely forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah, he's going to say, I've got these, and like show us his fists. And I was like, oh yeah, of course he is. We'll see you later on. He's a fucking badass. But like, nothing but this gun. Such an odd show. I laughed out loud. It's fucking so funny.
Yeah, it's so good.
So the deckhand says, Jason Voorhees boarded this ship and we're all gonna die. And this is the first time anybody in the entire film acknowledges him. And McCulloch is like, you idiots, Jason Voorhees has been dead for years. Like, really overacted. It's like, I think you're the killer.
I always wondered why he was so anti-Jason, but then obviously like with the backstory and stuff, it's like, I only clicked like this time I watched it, but not that it really matters, but
Because going back to Julius as well, there's the bit when, before they gather the weapons, he's like, we're going to go find this motherfucker. And McCulloch is like, watch your mouth, young man. It's like, God, swear it. No. Oh my God. Right, so next death. Eve discovers Tamara's body in the bathroom and runs into Jason in the corridor. And I think there's an excellent shot of Jason just like standing like in the corridor, and he chases Eve into this nightclub and just smashes through the door. And he's like, with a Hodder heavy breathing.
That bit where he slams open the doors. Do you remember the game Siphon Filter?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're meant to be like a spy going into places, but that's how he opened doors on the game. Whenever you try to go through the door, you boot it open as loud as possible. Always reminded me of that.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if this is true, but I heard that this discotheque scene, it was used in trailers to like portray that the film was going to be set in New York a lot more than it actually is. So then when it came to it and they're on a boat, it was a bit like a bit of a cop-out,
Yeah.
Surely the producers of the Friday the 13th films wouldn't do anything sleazy or skeezy or
you surprised me there.
Yeah. So this is where Jason first gets his teleportation powers. He appears in every single direction that Eve looks in, and he eventually just disappears, teleports away, so he's not in any of the directions, any of the corners of the room, until he teleports behind her, like picks her up double-handed around the throat and throttles her to death.
I quite like it. Yeah, like it was almost like a choke toss, like a wrestling move, because like when he did it, he just sort of just went whoosh, and her like corpse just went flying across the room.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Good. Yeah, that wasn't fun.
It's not bad. That, where they don't need any special effects, looks better than shit special effects, like the captain getting his throat slit. Obviously fake, but this could be real, He's a big dude, she's a small woman.
I don't even think there was any special effects during the captain's throat cutting. It was just...
no, you're right. It was after literally when it shows him, and it shows him lying on the floor, and it slowly opens. It's like, yeah.
That's the kind of death that we would have done when we were filming our Friday the 13th films when we were kids, James. It's like I would have got a fake knife and just like yanked it across your throat, and you would have gone like, ugh! Just no blood.
I wouldn't have gone cross-eyed either.
You're already a better actor than that, dude.
Yeah.
So Julius and his armed militia, they go off to find Jason or the deckhand, whoever they think the killer is. So they split up because, So Wayne is armed with a shotgun. Like, I don't think he could carry this thing. He looks like Mr. Burns carrying this thing. Like, one shot would like send him like hurling off the back of the boat. He looks light as a feather.
Yeah.
He goes looking for JJ in the boiler room, and he pulls a Velma because he loses his glasses and he is blind. So he has to use the camera. He has to use his video camera to see. But before he comes up with this genius idea, he just sees this blurry shape walking towards him, and he blasts this dude, right? And it's that handsome deckhand from earlier. And I was just thinking of that Simpsons gag, where Smithers is really pissed and he shoots like Jasper in the knee. Like he's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Sidewalks for the regular walking, not for the fancy walking. So this dude is dead, and Wayne gets the camera and looks down and realizes he's shot an innocent dude. But then we see Jason step into frame with his feet over the guy's head, and Wayne pans the camera up, and Jason's just stood there in like fucking black and white. This looks ridiculous.
Oh, it looks so fucking bad.
The logic behind using a camera to fix his vision is so fucking dumb. Like, he like zooms in and it becomes his prescription. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's got them prescription lenses.
Yeah, he's got it on his camera just so he doesn't have to use his glasses.
Oh, fucking hell. So Jason arrives, chases Wayne. Wayne trips over JJ's guitar, and then he sees her body. So Jason catches up with him and throws him onto a control panel, which electrocutes him and knocks out the power to the entire ship, basically causing it to sink. Like, he doesn't even smash him into the control panel. He just sort of lands on it, and it's like the whole thing just blows up into sparks. Like, yeah.
Do you reckon, the ending to The Silence of the Lambs, where she's going through the house and she's flashing the camera because she can't see anything? Do you remember? Do you reckon they were inspired by this film for that scene? I hope not.
What else is that in where somebody can't see and they're using the flash from a camera? Because I know that from something that isn't Silence of the Lambs.
Is it that film where they break into the blind guy's house?
Do they do that in Saw?
Maybe.
I want to say it's like Polaroids, and at the end, look at the... No, I know what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of that Korean film that I watched. The film wasn't very good, but the ending with the Polaroid camera was fucking well good. I'm not going to get into that.
That possibly happened in real life with those two girls who went missing in that Colombian mountain. I think it was Colombian.
Yeah.
And they found their phone. The only thing they found was like one phone and like half a leg. And they surmised that they were using the flash on their camera to be able to see. So all the photos were just like flashes of darkness and stuff.
Yeah. Fucking hell, that's horrible.
Creepy.
Yeah. So, back in the control room, Sean is trying to pilot the ship, even though he's lost power.
Do you reckon he's sent out the National Maritime Signal now?
Well, no, of course he hasn't, because he hasn't got captaincy in his blood. You know, he's not for him. It's not. He just wants to dance. That's all he wants to do. He's been pressured into this Navy career by his father, and he just wants to dance.
And he just wants to climb the Statue of Liberty. 22 floors.
Yeah, obsessed with it.
Yes. Shut up about
it. Well, yeah, for someone that's like so obsessed with the Statue of Liberty, how come he doesn't see it later on until they're like right up close to it? You know, when they're in the rescue boat. They're like, look! And it's like there, like looming over them. It's like, did you not see that sooner, mate? Or like, but like McCulloch is just constantly giving Sean grief. He's like, Jesus, doesn't he know how this boat works? He's the son of a captain, for Christ's sake. And I was like, yes, the hereditary condition of being a captain. Yeah, you're born into it. Yeah, he's the son of a captain. So Jason chases another random guy who climbs. This is Sean's friend, isn't it, from the start, that was in the room with him. When he fell out with his dad.
This death actually makes me cringe.
So this guy sees Jason, does a runner, climbs up to the crow's nest, but Jason just teleports up the ladder behind him. He's like, this guy's got a head start on Jason. He's at least 20 feet higher than him, but nope, Jason like that instantly grabs him, throws him off, and he lands on, is it the antenna, the radio antenna? It pierces through the side.
Oh, it's fucking horrible. I like this death.
But again, you don't see it though, do you? You only see the aftermath. You don't see him land on it. Then it cuts back to his dead body.
But you hear like a tear, like the tear of the skin or something. It's a good sound effect, but gross.
Julius bumps into Jason and is about to shoot him, but Jason just grabs Julius and just throws him overboard. He's like, see ya! And he's fucking bye, Julius. Julius survives this because he doesn't die till a bit later in the film, but we'll get to that one. Renee has more visions of Ghost Jason, and then she is attacked by the real one who smashes through the portal and throttles her with one hand. And she picks up... We haven't mentioned the fountain pen, have we, that she's been given? Paul, do you want to tell us about the fountain pen? Chekhov's fountain pen.
So, yeah, that woman. Who's that woman to her? Is it her auntie?
No, it's a teacher.
She gives the girl Stephen King's fountain pen. So Stephen King exists in the universe of Friday the 13th as a real person. Okay. Did they say what he wrote with it? I can't.
They just say he used it in high school, apparently.
Yeah, so
he used it to write the girl character in part 7.
Yeah.
Gives her as a present because she's like, you'll do amazing things with this, and it's dangerous looking fountain pen that used to be owned by Stephen King, and that's what that is.
I used to love a fountain pen.
I hated fountain pens.
Too.
Always fucking around with the cartridges and sometimes it would go weird and it would feel dead horrible when you wrote with it. It would be scratchy and scrapey. Yeah. No.
I used to turn my fountain pen upside down so it would give me thinner lines and the ink would last longer.
No, you didn't.
I bloody did. I invented that.
Did you? Fuck you lying bastard. Fucking good.
So, as Jason has got Renee around the throat, she stabs him in the eye with Stephen King's fountain pen, and I quite like this because Jason's like, and he pulls it out, and all this goop comes pouring down the front of his mask. I thought this looked really gross. It was pus or spit or something. It fucking looked horrible. But then he just instead of going into the room to finish Renee off or chase her, he just walks off. He's like, oh, okay. Toddles off. You don't see him again for ages.
It's like, you in GTA when they're like the pedestrians and stuff are doing something and then they just stop and like walk off, or like the police in the, when they're like chasing somebody and then they just stop and walk off.
The AI is malfunctioned, so he just.
Yeah.
So the ship begins to sink, and we get this Titanic-style water chase through the corridors. And while this has been going on, McCulloch has been looking for the deckhand to shoot him with this flare gun. Like, he's got this flare gun. He's like, you're not going to be able to use it. Nobody's going to see it. And he's like, I'm not using it for saving my life. He's like, I'm going to go and shoot that deckhand. And he's like chasing him around the kitchen like he's in fucking Jurassic Park with the raptors. The deckhand like sort of like jumps out and he's holding this big knife. I got like real Norman Bates vibes from this dude at this point. I thought he looked like really awkward and like
yeah.
Which
like
gangly. Yeah. So when they're like, right, here we are, we're gonna, it's got to be the deckhand. They see that the deckhand turns up and he's wielding that knife. He's walking like this, and they're like, freeze you. And McCulloch's going to shoot him, but like the flare gun just doesn't go off. He's like, oh god damn, it doesn't work. But it doesn't matter because the deckhand's got an axe in his back, and that's him done for the film. Sadly, I would like to have seen him in New York with the rest of the characters. Like, this city is cursed.
Yes,
This burger is overpriced. So the ship begins to sink. So the surviving group is Rennie, Sean, McCulloch, and that teacher who is called Colleen, I think, and Toby the dog. So they escape on a lifeboat. They climb down the ladder and like Jason is stood at the top of the ladder and he just watches them go. He's just like, okay, see ya. And they look back up and he's gone. So it's just like he's just teleported to land, I suppose.
I thought he's probably under the boat hanging off it, and that's why they're like struggling so much to like, row it,
If the camera panned down under the boat and he was holding onto it like Sideshow Bob under the Simpsons car. Hey, who wants to row through that cactus patch?
This coffee's too hot.
This toxic waste is disgusting. Pour it down on Jason. So they recover Julius and they drift through the fog. And how long are they out in this boat? Because it's daylight at one point, and McCulloch is just like, I don't want to be spending the rest of my life in this boat, Captain. It's like, fucking, I would be tipping this dude out the boat. Do you know what I mean? Fuck off, man.
Oh my god, I know. Fucking hell.
But they do definitely spend more than a day, don't they, out, because it transfers to night later on, doesn't it? Transitions to night later on.
But they're all dry by that time. When it cuts to them, they're all just dry and like fine.
They've all dried off.
They've all dried off and they're all like got colour in their cheeks and stuff. Like nobody's shivering. It looks like they're having a good time.
I'm on a map now, right? And I'm looking at New Jersey to New York. They're not that far apart, are they?
Oh yeah, I do forget it's in New Jersey actually, isn't it?
But remember, it's not in New Jersey itself. It's in like the woodlands of New Jersey,
Yeah, so like
it doesn't matter.
It wouldn't. Yeah. I don't know if it'd take that long to get there, but
so like I mentioned earlier, suddenly they're just right next to the Statue of Liberty and all of New York's. They can just see New York's skyline, and they're like, I can make it anywhere, New York, New York. And we were 1 hour and 4 minutes into this film that is called Jason Takes Manhattan by the time they set foot at those docks. I'll just ask you now, what did you think? What do you think of the decision to spend most of this film on the boat rather than New York as was promised?
I really like the idea of everything happening on a boat. Like, it's almost got like that Shining hotel kind of feel to it, like corridors and rooms. It's like maze-like, I think it would be really cool if they'd have made the deaths good and cut the fat out of it, and then maybe halfway through show the New York part. But obviously it was due to budgeting that they couldn't film, because like the whole thing was supposed to be in New York, wasn't it? But the budget was fucked and they had to shoot it in Canada or something, didn't they? They tried, didn't they? They tried.
I think if you had called this film something like Jason's Revenge or whatever, just any random title, and just had it be the boat story, and then at the end just have this mental, oh my god, they're in New York, that would be like a nice pleasant surprise, But as it stands, you've been promised New York and you've got fuck all of it, so although that being said, I do like the New York scenes. I do think that when it's in New York, the film really picks up,
Oh, it's the best part of the film, like, obviously. Definitely. But they couldn't really call it Jason Ends Up in Manhattan, or like Jason Jason goes to Manhattan. I don't know.
Ends
Lost
up
in New York. Oh, just thought of some more cameo characters you could have had. So we got the Turtles and all that. Where you could have had Harry and Marv at some point.
Yeah, the wet bandit, or the sticky bandits in the second one.
Fucking Jason's wet and sticky in this. So
You could have had the pigeon lady. She could have beat Jason.
just Jason lying in the park with all the pigeons attacking him, going oh, with his brogues and his socks, his short legs.
Oh man.
Right, yeah, so Jason somehow follows them to Manhattan. As we've established, he was probably strapped to the bottom of the boat. And he climbs off at the docks, and we get this visual gag where he sees a giant hockey billboard with his mask on, and he looks back at the camera. I did laugh at this. It was pretty funny, I thought.
Yeah, I like this.
So the survivors of the SS Lazarus, as soon as they arrive in New York, they are mugged at gunpoint by gang members, and these... Welcome to New York. And these gang members kidnap Renee, drug her, and try to rape her. Like, fucking hell, this is, like, horrible.
I did not remember this. This was, like, very, very weird. This was the scariest part of the film. It was brutal.
I know, yeah, it's horrible.
They inject her with smack. It's like... I like the reaction of everyone else with them. Don't go after her. It's like, they all just, oh, my God. It's insane.
Charles is like, oh, we'll split up and we'll find the police. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's like, I think our best option is to split up, and they all like, yeah, okay, and they all split up and go the opposite direction of which she's been taken. It's like, what? Right.
To be fair, Julius goes to go after it, doesn't
he? Yeah, he does. Yeah, because Julius is like a hard bastard, and like Sean's like carrying the back. He's like, oh no, don't take her. Fucking Sean, as if he survives.
Pathetic.
He is, isn't he? He's fucking pathetic. The only guy that isn't pathetic in this is Julius. He's the only one. He's a man of action. Like, come on, I want him in charge.
Yeah.
Yes. So the gang members, they kidnap Renee and they inject her with heroin, and they use this dirty, unsterilized needle. It's fucking horrible.
It's gross.
But she is saved by Jason, who attacks the dude with the needle, like stabs him through the back, and I do quite like this. It's a bit cheesy, but the needle, they see the needle wiggling around in this guy's skin. Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah. And the second guy who's been sent to go and pick up drugs comes back. He's like, hey, I forgot my money, Holmes. And he's like, oh, what the hell? He like fucking like shoots Jason, but he runs out of bullets, and Jason just
my favourite death, I think, is so funny. He just drags him over to this massive pipe.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
just
it.
Fuck batters his head again. It's so funny.
Fucks his head into this pipe. Yeah, it's quite funny. Yeah. It's quite slapstick in it.
Yeah.
So Renee uses this opportunity to do a runner, and we cut to Julius, who finally finds a phone box. He's like, oh my God, thank God. And he's like, 911, there's a maniac out here trying to kill us. And if I was 911, I'd be like, yeah, and do you not know where you are? Like, this city, look how bad this city is. Like, yeah, Jason catches up with Julius, smashes through the phone box. Julius runs into this building, and he gets on the rooftop, nowhere to go. And this is my favourite scene of the film. This is fucking, I love this. This was so good. I loved it when I was a kid, and like watching it back now, I was like, God, this is just even better than I remember. Paul, do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, so Julius is on the roof, and so is Jason. He's teleported himself onto the roof, and Julius decides it's time to throw down, and he then starts punching Jason in the face, in the mask, which, I mean, these masks are essentially made to stop hockey pucks that come at like 60 miles an hour to the face, stop you from breaking your face. So a fist isn't going to do a lot, is it? So, he punches him in the head about 6 times, then he goes for some body shots, and it's really good footwork, and that Jason just takes it, stumbles back a little bit, until Julius runs out of steam, he's gassed, and he's like, take your best shot, and then Jason proceeds to literally knock his head off, which is absolutely fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, it's fucking so good. It's so good. I remember this, I remember the first time I saw this when I was a kid, and I just thought, like, Jason's just going to beat the shit out of him, like beat him to a pulp on the floor. But it's just so comical. Like, he grabs him by the collar like that, and he just punches it, and the head flies off, and it looks so funny, but like, it looks good as well at the same time. Like, it looks, because the camera, you don't see it as it happens to Julius's face from Jason's POV. The camera cuts to the bottom of the building, so he's obviously just a mannequin with a fake head on, but it's so well put together, and the way the head rolls down and lands in the dumpster, Oh, yeah.
It's great. Favorite death of the film. One of my favorite deaths in all franchise because it's just so fucking funny. It's great.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then later on, you see Julius's head in the cop car, don't you? Which I think looks gross because it's been in that bin. It's like all that bin juice on it.
Just imagining Jason going down there, opening the lid and rummaging through the bin to get the head out as well.
What else do you think he found in that bin? Like, this part made me laugh as well. So McCulloch has found himself an Irish cop, right? He's obviously reported that Rennie has been kidnapped by two Hispanic gang members, drug dealers, scumbags, basically, right? So why then does this cop jump out of an alleyway with his gun and points it at Colleen, the blonde, middle-aged white woman teacher? He's like, freeze! And she's like, ah! And McCulloch is like, don't worry, she's with me. And the cop's like, oh, okay, I was just making sure. It's like, what? Dude, like, what the fuck?
I forgot about that. It cracked me fucking right up. Rage! Oh my God.
Did you say this cop's Irish?
I think he's Irish, isn't he?
I thought he sounded like he was from North Dakota. It sounded like he was from Fargo.
I thought he was Canadian because, I'm sure some of this,
folks.
or the majority of this, is shot in Canada, isn't it?
He's like,
So I thought they just got
Vancouver,
yeah. I thought they'd pulled an X-Files and just got a Canadian guy to pretend to be a New Yorker, but he just still has that Canadian accent. That's what I thought.
Oh, I thought I could have sworn he was Irish. Like he's like, I'm reluctant to believe your story, but you seem like good, honest people. That's what I thought he was like.
I don't think he is.
Good, honest people.
Right, I'm gonna play the clip here so everyone can listen to it. So, listeners, you'll find out who's right and who's wrong.
He sounds like he's from Fargo to me.
Okay.
I think he sounds Canadian,
and I think he is Irish.
You're right. I find it a tall tale indeed. Seem like honest folks, so I'm inclined to believe at least some of what you say. Yeah, well, first order of business, fine.
So there you go. There was the cop. We don't know who. Well, we don't know his accent. So until we listen back to this. So there you go. So Rennie reunites with Sean, and they all pile into the cop's car, and they see Julius's severed head in a very fun reveal. It's just like the camera is like the POV shot of the camera is from the front of the car, and they're all squeezed into the back seat, and they're all like, ah! It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking love it.
Why? I know they've all got to get in the car. There's only one car, but you couldn't get those 4 people in the back of there, could you?
I don't know. I
don't know.
I'm surprised McCulloch wants to sit next to anyone, so I'm surprised he hasn't just got in the front seat to get away from everybody.
Yeah.
Jason then kills the cop, drags him off into an alleyway, and murders him off screen. So the Rennie gets into the cop car and speeds off in it. And what is this scene now? She's bombing it down the back alleys of New York, and she sees Jason's ghost again. He stood there in the middle of the road when he's a child ghost, and he looks like E.T. Just looks all warped and just monstrous. And she's like, right, I'm going to run him over. So she speeds into him as fast as she can. But what is this edit? James, can you explain what this edit is, or why they've gone for this choice?
What you mean when you actually see Jason? When it's cuts in 3 times?
It goes dun
zooms
dun
in on his
dun,
face. Yeah.
zooms in on his face. Then it does the same thing back to Renee. It's like dun dun dun, and then does it go back to Jason again for a second?
I took a photo of it on my phone earlier. I would describe that editing style as bad.
Shit, bad. Yeah.
I think maybe they had maybe a junior editor on in the thing to try and save money. And he's like, right, I have got this idea, I've got this vision, and it's just awful. It's just there's nothing else like it in the film either.
Or any other film I've ever seen in my life ever does.
Can I interrupt
I don't know.
for 1
It's
second?
just awful. Yeah.
So on the IMDb cast list, that cop is played by Roger Barnes, and his character name is Irish Cop.
Fucking got it. Yes.
However, he's a Canadian actor, so
yeah.
I think I win that one.
Well, no,
I thought you were going to finish it off then.
Actor.
He was like, he's an Irish guy played by a Canadian actor who lives in Fargo. That's no way.
Wait a minute. Let's see where he lives. I've got his website, rogerbarnes.com. Meet Roger Barnes. Roger began his professional career with a television commercial and a few minor parts over 50 years ago. Since then, he has amassed an impressive list of guest appearances in both film and television and is fast approaching 100 television commercials. Please say where he lives. He's based in Toronto, so sorry, James.
I guess it's close to the border.
That accent does sound a bit Canadian, kind of Canadian, Canadian
so I won then, yeah?
Sometimes. Well, no,
it matters not who would have lost.
So.
Oh, so I won then. Right. So Renee crashes the car into Jason, and she, Sean, and McCulloch all escape this burning cop car, and they just leave Colleen in the car to explode. Like, nobody goes back to save her. She just explodes in this car. You dickhead. She was the only nice person in this film.
Yeah. I know, sad to see her go, sad to see Julius go. And then you've got Charles and Sean. Great.
You got these three who are just so dislikable. So this is where we get the flashback to where McCulloch took her out on Crystal Lake and threw her into the water. I'm not going over that again because it's shit. And so Renee remembers this, and she confronts McCulloch for being a dick, and they just abandon him to Jason. Like, he's lying there in a bunch of shredded paper. He's just like, oh. Just like... But I like the way Jason reanimates at this point, because he's been hit by the car, hasn't he, by this point? He's like plowed into him. The camera lingers over his quote-unquote dead body, and he just goes like, dun-dun! Like, looks at the camera. It's so funny. It's so fucking funny.
And action Kane. So bad.
I do like this part, though, because Jason chases McCulloch into a building and fucking teleports in there and launches him through the window, like third, fourth floor. He just goes down. And then he drowns him in this barrel of, like, toxic fucking... What is this stuff? It's like rainwater. It's horrible. It's got a dead rat floating in it as well. And he puts him upside down and dunks him into it.
At this point, I was like, is this fucking New York or like Tromaville or something? You know, like, why is there so much toxic waste everywhere? It's insane. But I love it. It reminded me of something like Ghostbusters, you know, like the Ghostbusters toys that you get with like the goo and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. Fucking Nukem High.
Yeah, classic Nukem High. Yeah.
There's a shot when he's drowning Charles, though. It's fucking so funny because it cuts to Jason's face and you just see Charles's feet either side of his shoulders. It looks like he's bumming him. And he's got those fucking brogues on. Funny.
I was just going to ask you, James, what do you think of Charles' shoes?
Not good. They're not good.
Not good. So we get a long chase scene now of Jason chasing Sean and Rennie. So he chases them onto the subway and he just ignores all the random bystanders. And I fucking love him on the subway. Like, he just shoves this one woman over and she goes fucking flying. She's like, ow! It's like, she looks back up at it. So, yeah, I don't understand what they do with this bit, though. So Sean pulls the emergency brake so he and Renee can escape off the train. And the physics of the train sends Jason flying backwards. But he just gets back up and, like, stomps back to where he was before, like, looking just pissed off. It's like, fucking just... Why
so they can get out, isn't it? But that's how they get off the train, isn't it?
Yeah.
All you hear in the background is some woman go, "This isn't my stop."
Yeah. There's just how to make, like, a killer not scary is showing falling over because the train stopped. Just, oh, God.
You know, whenever, like...
So
whenever I'm on a bus, I always make sure that I try not to, like, let anyone see me holding on to stuff to keep my balance so they know that I'm dead hard, you know? At least they know I'm harder than Jason Voorhees, you know? This train reminded me of the train from Predator 2, you know, the one that Bill Paxton is on, like having a gunfight with the Predator. I thought that's fucking great. I do like the way New York looks, like we've said, like even this train just looks like shit.
Yeah.
There was a graffiti in the background and stuff. Like if it's a set, then they've made it look really good, you know. I love stuff on trains anyway.
Yeah, there was a bit of graffiti on one of the glass panels, and it said something like Quinlan lives or something.
Quayton lives or something. Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that's like something from the Candyman, you know, like the graffiti in the Candyman. I was like, oh god, you could make a film about whoever Quayton is, the urban legend of Quayton.
Yeah. I don't know. Should get a T-shirt with Quayton lives on. See if anybody ever would come up to you and be like, oh, I don't think of the 7 billion people on this earth, anybody would get that reference. And three of our listeners, all three of our listeners. Roger Barnes would get it.
Roger Barnes.
Yeah, the Irish cop who lives in Fargo, but he's Canadian.
I had forgotten his name already.
Oh, Rod. I'm going to email Roger and see if he wants to be on the pod.
Oh my god, yeah, that'd be so good.
Ask him about his accent in the film.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it right fucking now.
Yeah, so Sean and Renee have escaped through the back of the train and Jason follows them out, but then Sean just comes flying from off camera and tackles Jason, like literally like he's like a flying squirrel, just like whoof, like comes perfectly. What is he jumping from?
Yeah, you don't really see it, but I assume he climbed on the train to jump on him. but I don't know.
Jason lands on the live rails, but as we know, electricity revives Jason. It doesn't kill him, but they think that he's dead. So they exit the subway, and they end up in Times Square. And is this like our first or only shot of New York itself actually filmed in New York? Yeah, because
I think so.
This is really weird, because this scene goes on for like a minute. It's them two, and they come out into Times Square, and they're looking at all the billboards and signs and lights, and it's like they're in fucking Narnia. Do you know, it's like a fairy tale ending. They're like, oh, we've done it and we're safe. And it's like they're in this like magical world. And I was like, why have they filmed it like this? You know what?
You got to remember, like, way back then, probably like, well, pre-internet, I guess, like going to New York for a lot of people would have been such a big thing, and you wouldn't have seen so much of it, I guess, if they're from like the Woodland area. But yeah, it's like a big deal.
That makes sense, yeah. Jason is not dead. He is in fact alive, and he chases him through Times Square, and I love this scene, the little shot of him kicking over this ghetto blaster that these street toughs are listening to. Living in the city ain't no big deal.
Street toughs.
Yeah, it's like the Jets or the Sharks or whatever. The Warriors.
Living in the city ain't no big deal.
Is that a real song? In a sense, it was just in this scene.
I don't
wasn't
know.
made for the scene.
I think it may have been made for this film. I'm not sure. So the punks threaten Jason. You're dead meat, die bag. And Jason, instead of like killing him, he just shows him his real face, and they just run away in fear. So, Sean and Renee run into this diner, and they're like, somebody's trying to kill us. And the waitress is just so uninterested. She's like, welcome to New York. She looks like...
Yeah, I know.
I've got a theory that a couple of years later, she became one of the women in the streets that Kevin McCallister was asking for help from. You looking for somebody to read your bedtime story? That's my, that's my story arc for her, I think.
Ain't much better than her could. Taxi driver, like, obviously doesn't need the money.
Just threatening this kid.
Oh no, it's the other one that makes me laugh as well. There was, watch it, kid, and just burst out laughing and doesn't stop. But yeah, that's the same sort of New York vibe, isn't it? And nice, horrible.
Jason bursts into the diner to chase Sean and Renee, and he gets into a fight with the cook. It's just this fucking gigantic dude. Is played by Dark Talk regular Ken Kersinger, who has been on the show. Paul, do you remember Ken Kersinger?
Hold on, I'm a bit busy at the moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a bit busy? I'll just wait for you.
I'm nearly done, hold on.
So are you writing an email to him?
I'm emailing Roger Barnes.
But you should send him this episode, though, when it's done.
Well, no, don't worry about that. I'm emailing him right now. There we go. I just wrote, hi Roger, I hope you're well. Myself and a couple of friends run a podcast called Dark Talk. We're currently discussing Friday the 13th Part 8, which of course you played a role. We were discussing your accent, and your role was called Irish Cop. We were discussing whether your accent was Irish or Canadian. Sorry James, I left out your choice. And I said, I hope it's okay that I've sent you this email, but I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks, Paul. Send. There we go.
There you go.
Message sent. We'll see if we hear back from him.
I would love to have him on the show.
Lovely. Yeah, definitely. Great.
Paul, did you recognise this giant that Jason throws into the mirror?
No, I didn't actually, no. But the moment I saw him, I was like, this is a big dude. Was he Kurgan?
No, that's Clancy Brown. This is Ken Kersinger.
No, not the Kurgan the wrestler, who was in the Oddities.
No.
Because he's an actor as well, isn't he? Go on,
he is an actor.
Sorry.
This is Ken Kersinger, who will go on to play Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. They replaced Kane Hodder with him. And he's been in an episode of The X-Files that we've covered. I think he's been in a couple, actually, but the one that you would know him from, he's from Ice. Right. He's in the start of Ice. He's the two guys that are fighting at the start of Ice.
Oh shit! Yeah. That's him. Yeah, he's a big dude, isn't he?
Yeah, he's fucking massive. So Jason like picks him up and just launches him into the mirror. Like, I like this because you can see that the dude is just like, oh fucking hell, there's another dickhead that I'm gonna have to sort out. You can tell he's been in like a ton of fights because he just shoves this like biker out of the way. He's like, get out of that fucking way. I'll handle this, and he just gets his ass kicked. Which I thought was pretty fucking funny.
Yeah.
So Sean and Renee escape into the sewer, and Jason follows them, and they meet this sewage worker who tells them that they've only got 10 minutes till midnight and they've got to get out of there because apparently the sewers of New York flood with toxic waste every night at midnight. Is this real? Does this sound like... I mean, come on. Hey, it's the 90s.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I never used to blink an eyelid at this, but...
The thing is, though, like, they're walking around them sewers, right? Like, before the toxic waste is there. But that toxic waste floods that sewers every night. So, like, think how much bacteria is like on the walls and on the floor.
And you would like inhale it and stuff.
And you're inhaling it. Oh my god. I do think this does look a bit gross, you know, like the set piece of the sewer, I think it does look pretty good.
Yeah. And also the guy who's down there, he's like, can you help us get out? He's like, yeah, sure. We ain't got long though. He's like, what are you doing down there? Like if it's just about to happen.
Yeah. But he's in like full hazmat gear, you know, he's like got a protection on and like a hard hat and everything.
Yeah.
They're just down there in their clothes. I would have to I'd have to burn them clothes afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
You realise, like, if that was real toxic shit, it would, like, just give you cancer, like, straight away, you know? It would,
yeah.
It would mess you up really quickly. Like, Chernobyl levels of radiation, you know?
So Jason jumps out of the side, he grabs the sewage worker and kills him. I quite like this death, because you don't see it, you just see the silhouette and a wrench being held up, and then a bit of blood splatter. I thought this was quite good. I was felt sorry for that dude.
I don't mind it. Yeah, me too.
He does, like, drag him off, like, brutally, doesn't he? He's just like...
yeah, he's like kicking and screaming. He's like, no, God, no, don't. That fucking poor dude was like, just go to work, you know? And they'll probably never find his body, because his body probably got melted in the toxic waste. So they'll probably just think, oh yeah, he just died in some toxic waste accident. Yeah, fucking hell, poor dude. Because I don't think Sean and Renee are going to go to the police after all this mad shit's happened.
No, they're going to go and climb the Statue of Liberty.
Fucking hell.
Literally are going to go climb it.
Look who says that. He's like smiling at that. But anyway, whatever.
So Sean gets knocked out, and Jason's about to kill him, but Renee manages to convince Jason to chase her instead. And as she's running, she just comes across this barrel of toxic waste on the side, just got like fucking this red barrel with it. It looks like something again, like Streets of Rage, and like a power up. It's like,
yeah. Kick a barrel and get a turkey.
Yeah. So she picks up this barrel of toxic waste, and she just fucking douses Jason with it. And this is the first thing that we've seen that's really hurt him in this film. Like, he screams like a baby. He's like, ah!
It's like a dinosaur. It's like dinosaur screams. But before that, the shot, you know, like I said, there's loads of shots of Jason looking into the camera. Or this one, it's just like just walking down the thing, and they've obviously just, right, so everyone just looks directly down to the lens, and he just like, it's just so
sharp head turn.
It's just like a cartoon character. It's awful.
So Jason's face starts to melt, and he removes his mask, and this is where we get, God, is this the shittest looking Jason? Like, unmasked, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Just like...
Yeah, it's pretty bad, like...
You know those, like, when you buy, like, a case or something, and they've got, like, all those foam bits in, you know, to, like, pad it out or something?
Like polystyrene,
yeah? Well, not polystyrene, it's, like, actual, like, foam. It just looks like that. Someone's just mashed it all together.
Packaging nugget things.
So, They're just, it's not good, is it?
Because we've seen his face in every film that he's appeared in, right? Because he was in 2, 3, and 4, and then at the beginning of 6 when he was a zombie, and then 7 it looked awesome. So yeah, this is fucking this is really bad, really bad,
really bad, isn't it?
So Renee runs back, she wakes up Sean, and the two of them climb up this ladder just as toxic waste floods the sewer, just as that guy promised it would, and it just melts Jason, and it somehow turns him into a young boy wearing grey underpants.
Also, that bit where he starts like throwing up before it as well. Like,
he throws up he throws up some seawater or whatever it is.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. That does look pretty. It is pretty gross. Yeah. So they cling to the ladder while Jason just melts, turns back into a boy, and his mask is all burned and like floats off, and just that's that. What happened to him? Did he revert back to a ghost boy, or is he melted forever? What's gone on with this?
No idea. I don't even know how it explains anything to do with this in the next film.
The magic of Jason's evil has been defeated by the toxic waste, and now his spirit can be free. His boy spirit can be free. That's what I took from it. Oh, and I shed a single tear at this moment.
Yeah, it's been an emotional ride. Yeah. So Sean and Renee, they get up into the main city again. They walk through New York. They share a hug and a kiss, and they reunite. And we get one final scare where the camera zooms in on them as if it's like, you know, like Evil Dead style, like zooms in really fast, and you think, oh God, is Jason still alive? But it turns out it's the dog, Toby, who has met up with them, and the three of them go off together to go and climb that fucking Statue of Liberty. And Darkest Side of the Night plays us out over the ending. The end. What a ride that was.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God, yeah. Pretty divisive film, I would say. So, Paul, I'll ask you first. What did you think of this one? Well, as not a first time view, but you know, the first time in a long time. How did you find this one?
I remember it being better. the standout moments, the boombox moment, which I remember so fondly, and I've watched that a few times over the years. It's great. It's like one of the funniest parts of the film. The boxing match on top of the roof and the head. That's just like fucking awesome. It's great. I love the thought of the ship being like the hunting ground, and like they could have made it so much better.
Yeah.
Because like ships are scary places, you know, really think about it. You're stuck there with whoever's there. So the implication is pretty terrifying, but it wasn't handled very well. The deaths were boring. It was just predictable, and it was just a bit shit, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
he wasn't using the ship to his advantage. You know what I mean? It was just a load of standard slasher kills. There was nothing cool with the ship done itself. I think. Yeah, you're right. That's you're right on that.
Didn't like most of the characters, to be honest. The teacher guy was pretty funny. Julius was great. JJ was cool, and that was about it, really. The final girl was, God, I can't even remember what she looks like now. But I'd give it like a 4 out of 10. It's got a 4.5 on IMDb. It's probably about right, you know.
James?
Pretty much the same. I like Julius, his character. I actually like him. And I think the film is funny. I think the film's just more funny than it is scary. Like, surely this wasn't made to be scary. I know obviously we're so many years later now and watching stuff back like that, but like it's just not. When you look back at like part 4 and like part 1, but then again, I've watched this probably like more times than any other one, and I don't know why, because I never even liked it that much growing up. But
it's probably because I had it on all the time.
But yeah, 4 out of 10. The two main characters are shit, I think. Jason looks the worst. He looks worse in this film out of all of them, probably. I do like Charles, though. As in, I don't like his character, but it's just funny watching him, and it's like It's like when we did Halloween 6 episode, like we talked about Jon Snow for so long because it was just funny to watch. But yeah, 4 out of 10.
Yeah, so I remember like loving this one when I was a kid, and then I think we watched the Dead Meat Kill Count episode on this, and he trashed this film. He was like, it's one of the worst films he's ever seen, and I was like, no, can't be, surely. And I think this was a couple of years ago, so I think me and you watched it that night, James. We were like, come on, we'll prove him wrong. And we watched it, we were like, fucking hell, that was bad, like awful. I was like, oh my god, he was right, it is not great, you know. And then I think I did enjoy it watching it last night. I was watching it, there were bits I enjoyed. Like I enjoyed some of the, like I said, I enjoyed Julius, the boxing scene. I thought it was great, and I enjoyed all the stuff in New York. It just looked so horrible, and we've said what it looked like, you know, Streets of Rage, the Warriors, the Turtles, you know, all that stuff. I think that was really good. I think if you divvied it up into 2 different films, so if you had like Friday the 13th Part 8, which Jason takes the boat, and you made it like Paul said, use the environment, dark, paranoid, and then if you had like maybe this New York thing at the end, I don't know, just add on at the end. Just don't advertise it as being New York when it's not New York. I'd probably rate it a bit higher than you two. I'll say 5 out of 10. Yeah, 5 out of 10. There have been plenty of better Friday the 13th films, but I still like this one because of nostalgia for it, so I definitely will go back and watch this again. It's not going to be the last time I watch it, and I'll watch this over part 7 any day of the week.
I would say as well, it felt quite refreshing to see it not based around Crystal Lake, the same woodland setting over and over again, because like I'm feeling this series now, you know, like so about it. But this was a bit of fresh air, I will give it that, and I reckon it would be a dead good film to watch with you two, like with a few beers in person.
True.
I think we'd enjoy it fucking way more than watching it and trying to take notes and trying to remember bits and stuff like that, you know. But tell you what, next time we're together, we'll whack it on.
I agree, though. I would much rather watch this than like part 7, even though this is like laughably bad and looks bad, but it just makes it enjoyable to watch, though, right? So
Paul, do you have any trivia for us?
Yes, I do. And again, there's over like 50 fucking pieces of this, so I'm gonna see what happens. Play the jingle. Kane Hodder says that one of the most fun parts of his tenure as Jason were the scenes in Times Square. He says that spectators were lined up and down the block watching the film, and he didn't want to take off his mask to destroy their illusion of Jason. He said that every once in a while he'd turn his head and look at them and watch them all go crazy. I bet that was nice. I bet that was lovely.
Yeah.
I bet he didn't want to take off his mask so they didn't see the crap facial prosthetics underneath that mask.
A According to an interview in Fangoria magazine, August 1989, Kane Hodder vomited on cue in the final scene after drinking several pitchers of water. And it wasn't a special effect. Pretty cool, wasn't it?
Fucking hell, really? So that's actually him being sick, just like chucking up water?
Through the prosthetics or something, yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Fair play to him for doing it, because he took those punches from Julius for real as well. He just said to him, like, lay into me. So, fucking the man suffers for his work. Big ups to him.
Rob Hedden originally wrote more of the movie to be set in New York. He had written scenes at Madison Square Garden, the Brooklyn Bridge, Statue of Liberty, and the Empire State Building. But despite the fact that this film had the highest budget of a Friday the 13th movie at the time, $5 billion.
No way.
Paramount told him that there wasn't enough money to film so many scenes in New York, so he was forced to rewrite the film and spend more time on the cruise ship. Even most of the scenes set in New York were filmed in Vancouver. Hedden says he agrees with fans who complained that not enough time in the movie was spent in New York, given the title. I think that's like a famous thing about this film, isn't it? It's just a bit disappointing.
I can't fault the director, because he obviously had plans that were just nixed by the studio, so it's not his fault at the end of the day.
Of course.
No.
Studio, goddamn interference. Once again, innit? Many of the actors pointed out to themselves a plot hole earlier in the filming of the movie. They wondered how the ship got out of Crystal Lake and into the Atlantic Ocean. Since most of them were just happy to be in the film, they didn't bring it up to producers or the director. Actor Vincent Craig Dupree was quoted in an interview about the plot hole, saying, "This damn boat could have come from the Sahara Desert and gotten into the Atlantic. I don't care, I'm not going to challenge the concept." Yeah. The scene in which Jason kills Eva in the disco took over 14 hours to complete. Why?
Fucking hell. What? It's probably because they kept filming him in different locations.
Yeah.
When she keeps looking around.
How long would that take you to film, James? Not long.
I'd do it.
Just get different people in the mask, you know?
Yeah.
All in one go. The disco club scene where Eva was killed by Jason on the cruise ship was a leftover scene from the original script, where this scene would take place in a glitzy New York nightclub instead.
Oh, is that what? Yeah.
That's what Dan mentioned earlier, I think.
Yeah.
The film and its characters don't reach New York until the last half an hour into runtime. This is the first movie in the series where Jason kills one of his victims by strangulation. The body count is 20. Then it goes on to name all the people who died. The prologue of the film foreshadows all the places that Jason will chase the teenagers. Downtown with the gang members, the diner, the alley, with drug addicts, and the subway.
You even see the barrel that he drowns McCulloch in, and there's a rat on the barrel. Later on, that rat's dead in the water.
I felt so bad for that rat, like in real life. Like, what were they thinking with that rat? Like, just dunk it in this gross water and let it... God, I love rats
I don't think it was a real rat that was dead, like, in the water.
No, the alive one, though.
The alive one at the beginning, like, it literally crawls out of that water soaked, and it looks so scared and confused. I felt so bad for it.
It's a rat. They live in water.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. They swim and rats can get anywhere.
They when they have to, but they don't just live in water. They're not like ducks, you know.
Listen, rats are a water-based enemy on Tomb Raider 1 for the PlayStation, right? That is where I learned this from.
You're a water-based enemy in Tomb Raider 1.
Yeah, you're right.
And that is the trivia of the week. I'm not going into it anymore because there's plus 50 of those things. And if you want to read any more, go and look it up yourself.
Well, thank you for that trivia, Paul. That brings us to the end of the second part of our Friday the 13th series. So we'll be back later in the year to finish off the franchise. But we're going to take a little break because Paul's getting fed up with this franchise. So it's Dealer's Choice time once again. Oh, it's come around so quick. I can't wait. It's my favourite time of year, Dealer's Choice.
It's my favourite too.
So this is where we each select a film and review it as a little break, a little breather from the franchise. So Paul, you always go first and it is your turn this time. So tell the people and us, because we don't know, what you've chosen for us to watch.
So, first of all, I've got a little speech, right? As much as I'm fond of the Friday the 13th series, and I am, it feels so relieving to be talking about something that has a bit more substance and a bit more depth and something where it's not just, oh, and Jason does this and Jason does that. How did you like how we got revived and all that? It's not like us talking about it that was boring me a bit. It's just that it's so repetitive. Anyway, I've had two films in mind and I've been pondering over these two films for like a good few weeks now. And I thought I'd be a bit more fair on Dan as he has a massive fear of spiders. So I was going to pick Possum, right? I was going to pick Possum, but it does have some spiders in it. And I thought I'd be fair on Dan. So I haven't gone for that. Instead, I've gone for arachnophobia.
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm only joking. I'm going for a film that I have been fucking hoping to do for ages, and I've been blagging, hinting at it, but now it's my turn to choose. Going for Kill List.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I've got it. My second graphic novel that I've just finished writing and I'm beginning to draw it's a folk horror story, so I'm very, very into folk horror and cults and shit like that at the moment. So it fits perfectly with my brain, and we got to do this film. So
hell yeah.
Oh, hell
I was going to watch this last night, weirdly enough. I went camping with my mate in the woods, and we were like, come on, let's watch a fucking shit scary film.
Yeah. I cannot fucking wait to talk about it. Like,
ooh, nice choice.
There's so much that
choice.
we could talk about with this film. So
Yeah, I think that's going to be a long episode.
Right, we will see you next time for Kill List. So goodbye and good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
So, I've just had a reply from Roger Barnes via email.
Really? Go on.
So he says, "Hi Paul, the accent is Irish since the character is the Irish cop. I'm Canadian. Hope that helps. Good luck to you and thanks for saying hello." Roger. How amazing is that?
Roger, you legend. Thank you so much.
Like, immediately replied. 4 minutes it took him to reply. That's crazy. So there we go. Thanks, Roger. I want to watch the film again now just to see Roger in it. I'm going to look up his IMDb and watch some things with him in it. Thank you, Roger. That's lovely.
Fucking hell.
Maybe I'll stay in touch with him.